Thank you, Elizabeth. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. How many of you have seen Alice in Wonderland?
Everybody.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. One of my favorite movies ever. How many of you know the Cheshire Cat? You know, the grinny cat that's never in a hurry, never rushed, and always gets where he needs to be with plenty of time to spare. Well, I am not the Cheshire Cat. My mantra is I'm late for a very important date. And then I hop into my car and boy, you should see me drive. I'm fast. And for those of you that know me, that that is so true. My kindred spirit, in fact, is the white rabbit. Oh, yes, this is me. The things that I have tried to get myself places on time. I've tried just leaving early, and that just never happens. I think I can always squeeze just one more thing in before I go. I've tried scheduling every single second into my calendar, and that just it doesn't happen. That's just a wait. That takes up all my day just trying to do that as it is. I've tried tricking myself on my calendar. I've tried adding 15 minutes, just sticking it in there, knowing that my appointment's at 10:30, but I think it's going to be at 10:15 because that's what I put on my calendar. But that doesn't work because I know that is so hard to do. And sometimes maybe if I schedule something a year out, it'll happen. But most of the time, it just never does. I am tired of being stressed and embarrassed that comes with always being late because that's what happens. I'm always saying sorry for being late and having things happen that are just out of my control. And the people that I know honestly expect it of me. And I don't like that. It's not professional. I think I'm a smart person. So truly, what gives with this? This is not the way I am, and it's not the way I want to be. So recently, I've been digging into my time management process and the reasons why I always seem like the white rabbit. And here's what I found out. Time management ties to procrastination. Time management is difficult for a lot of people because of procrastination. Now, procrastination is not a negative thing like we come to think. It really means to be slow or late about doing something that should be done. There really is no necessary reason to make that negative. It just is. And there are a few things that I found. I happen to be a bit of a perfectionist, and perfectionists tend to work well under pressure. So what I do is I ramp up the closer I'm getting to a deadline, so I work more efficiently. The second thing I've learned, I think I can always do more than I can accomplish in the amount of time that I have. So I think I am superwoman or super rabbit. And I've never given myself a buffer. And a buffer is that time that we should automatically add in between things that we do to transition. And I've just never done that. So here's what I've learned about researching not just time management, but procrastination and my process with that. I like the stress of being late. And I also like to drive fast. I commit to more than I can accomplish. And the third thing that I found, of course, is that I don't give myself any transition time because I automatically fill it up with something. Some people are actually really good at doing this. A lot of our individuals in the military have come out of the military process knowing that this buffer is supposed to be there, and I'm learning from that. So here's how I've changed my behavior. I have started to schedule time when I'm supposed to start a task rather than the time I need to finish a task. This gives me a great amount of time to build up that ramp time right away and feel that stress that I'm needing and also meet deadlines. The second thing I learned is that I really need to be selective about what I take on, that I can actually say, oh my gosh, I do have a lot on my plate and I need to say no to this right now. Maybe later it will work. And the third thing I've learned is that I will intentionally schedule a buffer between tasks and I will use that buffer time well. So moving forward, this is how I will ensure that my little white rabbit over here spends some time with my Cheshire cat over here. So please take a moment to think about how you can change those behaviors of yours with your white rabbit to kind of slide that over to your Cheshire cat. Back to you, Elizabeth.